Eratia will train 50,000 fighters, not Eritreans, but fighters from a neighboring country. Deal is being inked. Modalities are being negotiated. It seems that conflicts are a source of money making for the Eritrean government. Secondly, southern Tigray tensions are rising, escalation on the cards. I showed you videos yesterday. You know what happened in Mehoni. What happened after that? Last night, some Tigray military units have been put on high alert, reported. Let's start with the first story, which is about Eratia, viewers. Eratia, a small country with a few million people, a population, is heavily involved in African countries in its neighborhood. It supports groups or governments in the form of military training, in the form of hosting leaders or military assets of the neighboring countries. Eritrean military trainers are well known in the region because they are known for equipping the recruits with the skills required to survive in harsh climate in difficult circumstances. Sawa, where these military trainings happen, and other areas are known for harsh climate, and there the military trainers don't show any mercy. They just try to ensure that the trained recruits are mentally and physically hardened. That is why almost all neighboring countries have groups trained in Eratia. Sudan is the latest example. Since the start of Sudanese civil war, Eratia has been training Sudanese fighters. Eratia never officially acknowledged that it was training Sudanese fighters. By the way, last year when I did videos and I shared information about training camps on Eratia, Sudan soil run by Eritrean military officers, several Eritreans boycotted my channel. They accused me of working against Eratia. Now, everyone knows that Eritrea is involved in Sudan by training forces loyal to Al-Burhan government. Eratia was mainly training groups from Eastern Sudan because Eastern Sudan is Eritrean stronghold. The tribes there, they have always been Eritrean ally. Eratia has been using these groups, Bijas, others, against Sudanese government. But then we heard that Eritrea trained some groups based in Darfur to Western Sudan. And the latest development is that Eritrea is going to train Sudanese fighters from northern states of Sudan. It means that Eritrea trained Sudanese fighters are now going to fight in Eastern Sudan, Northern Sudan, Western Sudan. There are three different fronts, by the way. Main front is Western Sudan these days. Northern front is not that busy a front these days. Eastern Sudan, relatively calm since the start of war, but Eritrea will use this northern front, this eastern front against Al-Burhan government if Al-Burhan government does not fulfill the demands of Eritrean government. Saeed Ahmed Al-Jakomi visited Asmara on weekend. He met with Eritrean President Isaias Afwerki. Who is this man, Al-Jakomi? Al-Jakomi is the head of northern entity in Sudan, head of National Forces Coordination Committee, a commander of the Sudanese Defense Force. If you remember, in June this year, Al-Jacomi gave a statement and he said that he wanted 50,000 Sudanese youths to be trained in Eratia. He said soon modalities will be finalized and training will start. So this is why Al-Jacomi visited Asmara. A 2-hour long meeting was held between Al-Jacomi and Eritrean President Isaias Afwerki. Al-Jacomi asked Isaias Afwerki to train 50,000, around 50,000 fighters from 2 northern states of Sudan. River Nile state and northern state. Reportedly, the issues were discussed in detail and Eratia agreed. The 50,000 fighters will be trained in batches, obviously. You cannot train all of them in one batch. Batches of a few thousand, one batch consisting of a few thousand will start training in Eratia reportedly. Now, obviously, Eratia won't train these thousands of Sudanese soldiers for free. Why would Eratia do that? Eratia does not have the resources. If Eritrean soil is used, if Eritrean instructors are deployed to train, if Eritrean facilities are used, obviously Eratia will be paid. Sudan might not have money, cash to pay, but it has several other things to pay to Sudan, to Eratia. It can pay in the form of gold. It can pay in the form of oil. It can pay in different forms to the Eritrean government. So the conflict in Sudan, and by the way, this payment has been ongoing because it's not new. So since the start of Sudanese civil war, Eratia has been supporting Al-Burhan government. Eratia took a few months to take a position on Sudanese civil war. After a few months, it became clear that it should support Al-Burhan government. And since then, it has been training forces loyal to Al-Burhan. Obviously, Eratia is being paid. Maybe not in the form of cash. Sudanese currency is of no value for Eratia, but in the form of gold, in the form of fuel, in other forms reported. If the war goes on, it's in the interest of Eratia. It will getting support. It will continue training Sudanese fighters and it will be paid. If the war stops and Al-Burhan government, Al-Burhan side wins the war, it has an upper hand in the war, that will also be good news for Eritrean government because the government in Khartoum will be formed after consultation with Eratia. Eratia can easily unsettle the government in Khartoum if a government is formed there without consultation with Eratia. Eratia can launch its loyalists in Sudan against Al-Burhan government. So I am seeing more Eritrean influence in Sudan in future. RSF isn't going to take over. It's not in a position to take over entire Sudan. Yes, Sudan is split. Western Sudan is under RSF. But RSF has lost the plot. I think it was in a position to march towards Eastern Sudan, towards Egypt, but it suffered some losses when Al-Burhan managed to escape the military headquarters in Khartoum, and after that he got support from Eratia, from Iran, from Turkey, from other countries. But it's difficult for RSF to again take over Khartoum. So Al Burhan, it seems, is going to be the stronger player in Sudan now. And Al Burhan is on Eritrean side. Thanks for watching.